Hey, Joe here, and welcome to Session 3, Series 3 of the Archi 5-Minute Guides. Following on from the last session where we looked at importing relations, this session will look at how you can import matching properties into the Archi model. To recap, the previous session outlined an import scenario noting the 3 available upload files. The scenario looked at importing a list of capabilities through the Elements and Relations upload file. The next step is to prepare the Properties upload file. From the capability workbook used in the last session, I'll create a new tab and name it Properties. Copy and paste capability level 2 in the first column, customer facing and reference in the next 2 columns, and we'll also include level 1 as a temporary property for easy search later on in our Archi model. Let's include the properties for level 1 capability along with level 2. Add the values 1 to level 1, and copy down the reference values. We want to use the Power Query functionality in Excel, and to do so we need to have our range converted to a table. Select the full range and insert as a table. We'll name the table Properties T. We will use the Windows Excel Power Query to transform the columns into rows. Unfortunately, this function is not available on the Mac. From the Data menu, select From Table Range to trigger the Power Query. Select the columns we want to convert to rows, in this case Customer Facing, Reference and Level 1. Select Transform and then Unpivot Columns. The columns are converted to key value pairs. Select File, Close and Load, checking the Table and New Worksheet options are selected, and a new worksheet is added using the table name Properties T. We'll select the Elements sheet exported from the previous session and create the template columns ID and Key in the Properties T sheet. Use the VLOOKUP table to match level 2 column to the element's name, look up the element name and ID, return ID column 2 from our lookup value, enter false to enable exact match. Copy the ID, key and value columns, create a new workbook and paste values. Select the file as a CSV to the nominated folder. If your version of Excel does not support Power Query, you may have to manually stack the columns into rows. You can then use a VLOOKUP to populate the relevant values. From Archi, select the file and import CSV. We can see the properties have now been imported to our capability elements. I'll create a new view ready to build out our capability diagram. Using the search box, select Properties, Level 1, and enter the value 1. This now filters all the level 1 elements that have the property level 1 value. Selecting each of the filtered lists, we can build a view by selecting the related elements uploaded in our previous session. Well, that concludes our session on importing properties. I hope this session has brought you some value, and thanks again for your time.